Hi everyone, welcome to episode 2 of my video newsletter. For those of you who are seeing a video newsletter for the first time, I do these each week to sort of recap what I put out in my written newsletter, which comes out on Fridays. And if you want to sign up for that, you can go to thedannyapp.com, and it's right there on the front page. Easy enough to do. And I do want to thank all of you who have signed up and are following me. I really hope to bring you some great information that is going to be things you can do to actually see the numbers improve almost immediately on your business, help you find those great items to sell, and help you sell the ones you already have, both on eBay and Amazon. So every newsletter I cover a little bit of each. It's something that I earned this week, and a lot of you may not know what that is. And those of you who do know how important it is. I have a Disney store outlet here in my little town of Las Vegas. And when you spend a certain amount of money there, they consider you sort of a VIP. And with this nifty little card they gave me, I am now going to get 15% off every time I shop there. If you sell on Amazon, you know how huge that can be. That gives you a 15% margin edge over somebody else who may go into a Disney store outlet and simply buy off the price that is there to resell. So that can be a pretty big thing, and I'm pretty happy to have that. Now you may wonder how much I had to spend to get that. $500. I spent a little more than $500. I don't know if it can be gotten for a little bit lower, but you can always ask. Now that you know it exists, go ahead, ask if you can get one of those cards and start saving. And this is one of the points that I brought up too, that if you only have a limited budget to go out and source, you may want to save up a bit so that you can go on kind of a little shopping spree and get a discount card. And I know lots of stores are willing to give discounts for important shoppers. Now, eBay. As you know, eBay recently ran a special for store owners to list for free at auction style. This is something they haven't really done before. So eBay's always testing new things, and I kind of liked this one because as a store owner, you know that the auction format costs anywhere from 25 cents to $1 for the more expensive items. And what I did was got about 40 items listed. Now these are not all items that I normally would have put at auction format, so this was a bit of a test for me. And something else, those of you who know me know that for the last couple of years I have been 100% free shipping. Something I have noticed in auction format is it does not seem to matter to the customers quite as much. If you have free shipping, they want to see that lower starting price. So I am testing on my auction format items, breaking out the shipping once again. And the results of this were that out of those 40 items that I listed, I sold 6. And I had several watchers on all the others. So of the 6 that I sold, I'm really happy with the price I got because the shipping was not included and the shipping was paid separately. So I really got what I needed out of those items and managed to get the profit that I would have even if I had put it on fixed price. Now what I've done is taken those items that didn't sell, and those are now put fixed price, raised the price up a little, and they now offer free shipping. So I'll let you know how that goes and how my DSRs survive this, because I know that's always a big concern. So I recently had a call with the senior manager of marketplace strategy at eBay, and they are very, very concerned that so many sellers are leaving the platform to go over and sell on Amazon. And they wanted to kind of get my opinion of why I think that is. And you know me, I'm not shy about giving my opinion. So I really told him how I felt. And out of those, I felt, and many of you have heard me say this before, Amazon has managed to capture that buyer loyalty with their Prime program. This is huge. This causes a person, of course, they've invested about $80. So where do you think they're going to go shopping first to get the value of their $80? they're going to go back to Amazon. They are tied to Amazon through that program. And then, of course, they're offered the perk of the free 2-day shipping. Who wouldn't? Who wouldn't? I got to admit, it's kind of enticing. So I suggested that eBay has got to come up with some way to get a loyalty program in place, to get the shoppers to stay loyal to eBay, to come back to look for everything there. Because that's the whole key, is get them to look for everything. The other thing, and I hate to say this, eBay, but Amazon really backs their sellers. This is huge. There are a lot of rules on Amazon. It's very strict, and you can still get negative feedback. But Amazon really puts that value in their sellers and lets their sellers know that by some pretty instant customer support. Problems are resolved very quickly. There's phone support, email support, tons of reports where you can pull up every bit of information you need. And if a feedback is left that has nothing to do with what the seller did, then they remove it. Pure and simple. And I really feel that's the way it should be. I think one of the problems on eBay is that sellers feel it's really unfair that if you do everything right, you can still get penalized. I mean, that's just, it's the way it is. They ask me my opinion, I'm going to give it. And of course, that goes to the DSRs. I think many of us are living in fear of getting bad DSRs, which goes to losing our top-rated seller status, which goes to our exposure on the site and our 20% final value fee discount. There's a fear-based productivity there, and fear should not be in place when you're running your own business. As I said, this should be fun. This needs to be fun. Many of us are working from home instead of going to a corporate job because it's fun. And if that fun is sucked out of it, then we're going to leave. That's pretty much it. So something really does need to be done with those stars so that sellers are not living in fear of what that buyer could possibly do to them. And one of the other things is I think that eBay could do a little better job of is make it easier to find information, make it easier just to use the platform as a seller, especially new sellers. I've coached a lot of brand new people to eBay, and I am amazed at how complex the process is and sometimes how hard it is to find those places you need to go and the information that you need. I admittedly go to Google when I have a question about finding something on eBay and related to policies and such. Going just straight to eBay it's pretty hard. Hate to say this, I love eBay, but this is the truth. Last but not least, we talked about how eBay is getting a reputation of changing things, and how appropriate that I'm doing this the day after they announced these spring changes. At least that's when I'm recording it. You'll probably see this tomorrow. But everybody's pretty aware now that there's more changes. And there is a reputation now that as soon as sellers go in and they get all their listings compliant, that eBay turns around and changes something, and now they got to go back and take out that information or make some pretty drastic changes. This is not cool. And it just, some of these changes, I'll just say, for instance, like the return policy, I'm really hoping, I haven't heard confirmation on this yet, that that's going to just default to at least 14 days if the sellers now say 3 or 7 days, instead of us having to go in and actually change all of those listings. So change is painful, and eBay's doing it a lot, and people don't like change, let's face it. So hopefully eBay's getting the input they need to move on some sort of plan. I'm still crossing my fingers for an eBay fulfillment. Are you listening, eBay? I would so be all over that. Because of the things that I sell, I would feel more confident sending those to an eBay fulfillment and knowing that the right customer is finding those things and they're going to sell. So let me know if you agree or disagree. You can send an email to Danny@thedannyapp.com. I'd love to hear your opinion. Join us over on Facebook. URL is going to be written right across here, and that's facebook.com/groups/the Danny app. Hope to see you there and have lots of great conversations. I want to be sure I'm talking about what you want to hear, so by all means, tell me. See you next time. Thanks for joining the Danny app.